Well, hello guys. It is 12:35 and I wanted to do some cooking with you, and I kind of ran over on some different online meetings, and so since I ran over on those meetings, I kind of already cooked lunch, and since I've already cooked lunch, I'm just going to kind of go through exactly what I did and how I'm going to store the rest of the lunch. I literally had to just kind of come off of the meeting that I was on, and thank God it wasn't a meeting that I was doing, so I didn't have to worry about, cutting off that meeting. But I just wanted to say, hey, how you guys doing? We are at the first of the week, and I'm going to start doing my best to come on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And as my daughter, who is in college and has some summer classes, looks like after sometime next week, she won't have a Monday or a Tuesday morning class. So that will be amazing. So I'll be able to get on here and do like some breakfast recipes. And like on days when she goes in late, like today, my daughter-in-law took her in, and so I can do lunch with you guys. And so today's lunch, and I think I told you last week that we were going to do some spaghetti. And so I love spaghetti. My kids love spaghetti. And since they love spaghetti, it's kind of like, Mama got to figure out a nutritious way of doing spaghetti. And you can't really do it with pasta because of all the carbs. So I chose to do spaghetti zucchini, spaghetti squash. Love spaghetti squash. It's amazing. And the great part about it is when you start it off and it's raw and you season it, how you season it, and I'll make sure that the caption is on there, how you season it really is the flavor of it. So since I love spaghetti so well, of course I always use Daddy's seasoning. And the great part about this pasta is you could actually add, I'm going to add some salmon to my spaghetti today. I was going to add some shrimp, but that's all frozen. You can add smoked meat. You could add whatever you want. You can add hamburger on it. I went to the store the other day and I got like this whole frozen pack of like different kind of seafood, which I'm going to start adding to my musso soup. And so you gotta play with that thing to make sure that you're eating things differently. So I'm kind of sitting down because I was, in that meeting or whatever, and I kind of already prepared everything. So I'm just gonna kind of tell you what I did. I just got like, I think it was probably about 2 pounds. I think I threw away the what size it was. I think it was actually a little over 1 pound. So my squash was a little over 1 pound. So I took it, very, very simple. It's raw. If you need it to be a little softer, because it was like a booger to cut through. So basically what I did was I didn't do this, but you can take it, poke some holes in it, put it in your microwave it for about 1 to 2 minutes to kind of soften it up. Then you're able to cut through it a lot easier. I have a big knife, and it's sharp. So I was able to cut through it anyway, with pounding it down, and I finally got through it. So let me, I'm gonna turn this way. There it is. I'm gonna bring it over here because I know you can't really see it. So it's already cooled, and all I did was I took it as it was raw, and I seasoned this one with just salt and olive oil only. So I drizzled olive oil on there. I rubbed it in with my hand, and I used some sea salt. Sea salt is your friend. It's not very salty, but it does really flavor your food. Then I took it as it was raw and I turned it upside down. It's always cut side down. Then I took this side, did the same thing, put some olive oil on there, and I rubbed it in, and I added, where is it? I added Daddy's seasoning on there. Of course, this is like a makeshift container. So this is my Daddy's seasoning. I heard there is a Daddy's seasoning out there, but this is my Daddy's seasoning. Adela Prejean, that's my Daddy's seasoning. So this is his. And I put that on there, and then of course I turned it side down. So I prepped my oven at 400 degrees for about 33 minutes. And then after that, I kind of left it in there for about a minute or two longer. So after I turned it off. So after that, if you guys don't know about spaghetti squash, it's amazing. So it's a way to get the spaghetti, and the kids won't know the difference. That's the great thing about it. It's not that cheap, but it is good. So what I've done at this point was I've cooked it. And so this is why they call it spaghetti squash. Once you start flaking in it, it actually looks like spaghetti. Love it. Same thing here. As you start flaking in it, it starts looking like spaghetti. So I got that done, remember. So I actually got this from Sam's. It comes in like a set of 3. And this one is actually for, and I got it here, a half a cup, which I'm not going to use all of it, but it just lets you know what a half a cup is. So for a half a cup of this, we have, it's 60 calories. And to that 60 calories, we have 410 grams of sodium. We have 8 carbs, dietary fibers too. So, you know, that cuts that 8 down by 2. And then you have 5 grams of sugar and then 2 grams of protein. But of course, you're going to probably use like a spoon or 2. So I'm going to grab a plate here. Ta-da. Because I don't like to really do all that. Oh, I also made my own Alfredo sauce. What did I make it out of? So I used a little bit of heavy cream, because I only made a little bit. A little bit of heavy cream. I used some Parmesan. So a little bit of heavy cream, some Parmesan. I kind of made it myself. Parmesan, I'm trying to remember what I did. So probably about 3 tablespoons of heavy cream, about a tablespoon or 2 of Parmesan, because I didn't make very much. It's very little. I add about a tablespoon of butter, and I also put some garlic in there. Where'd it go? It's a big thing of garlic. The minced garlic. That's what I did. So I did the minced garlic. So I put about a teaspoon of that in there. So that's going to be my Alfredo sauce. And then, like I said, I had some, what I've done was I cooked like a whole thing of salmon. And then I took some of them, I cut them up in steaks. But then the other ones, I kind of flaked it and then stored it in the freezer for later usage. So it's already ready. It's de-skinned. So it's basically just salmon that I have in a bag. I just took the whole bag, put it in the microwave, thawed it out. So now we've got about, what's this? A couple of tablespoons of daddy seasoning. And this will probably be what I eat anyway. But I want to go ahead and taste the different flavors. And this, of course, we'll just do like a teaspoon of that. Well, let's just do a little more. My granddaughter's here. She's more than happy to taste it. She won't lie to you. All right, so we take that. Then I'm going to do one with the Alfredo sauce. Like that. Then I'm going to take the tomato sauce. Those that just want spaghetti. Again, you can add shrimp in that. Whatever you shrimp, ground beef. This right here is, I think it was, I want to say 2 ounces of salmon, 2 to 3 ounces of salmon. So this would be basically what I would eat in one setting. It's got to at least be 3 ounces from the way it feels. Got to be. Because I'm pretty good at figuring it out. So we're going to take that. We're going to add a little bit of that to the Alfredo. And of course, if you like spaghetti sauce, that as well. Again, you can add shrimp to this. You can add whatever seafood or ground beef or chicken or whatever you want to add to that. Again, I've got Parmesan that's already inside of my Alfredo sauce. I got daddy seasoning on this side, sea salt on this side. This is actually lunch for me. This is great because I could also, which I will do after this, is to pack it in my 5-ounce containers. Let's see. Y'all know y'all better ask somebody when it comes to daddy seasoning. When it comes to daddy seasoning, it's just, it never ceases to amaze me with the way it tastes. So here, this is the first time I've actually done it with spaghetti sauce and also salmon. Some of us don't like salmon. I do. Hands down, Alfredo sauce is it. Again, if you want to do ground beef, you can do your ground beef on the side and then just kind of sprinkle it in there and add what you want on the top. The great part about this is now I can prep with this sauce and with the spaghetti. So I add this in here again. Like I said, this will probably be for one. So it's not very much inside of there. But the great part of it is I could just go through here. Come on. Scrape it through. And then dig it out. Put it in here. Somebody's here. It's probably my daughter-in-law. Then I can take this, whatever is left of my sauce. Put it in here like so. Hey, baby. Then I can go into my salmon bag, which again, this is like an entire meal. I'm not going to eat all that. I'm just not. And then I put it here. Again, these are on Amazon. If you haven't already seen that, top it off. And then this is my lunch for another day or my dinner. And then if I want a little bit more, I'll have more than one because I've got two of these. And even if I'm just adding just the spaghetti squash, I could then take my spaghetti squash out. And yes, you can freeze it. Take my spaghetti squash out, heat it up, add a little flavor on it, or just eat it by itself with a side of fish or a side of chicken or shrimp or whichever else. Maybe I want to just get some shrimp and saute it, you know, and don't really put anything on it other than seasoning and spray in the pan. And there you go. I have my side to go with it. So there you go. Really quick and easy. Again, it takes about 30 to 40 minutes depending on the size. This was, you know, a little under 2 pounds. You know, rubbing the olive oil on there. I'd rather use it instead of butter. And then putting salt, definitely. But if you want to season it, again, I did the daddy seasoning. My daddy seasoning, Adela Prejean seasoning. And then with some olive oil, probably about a teaspoon of that, and just kind of rub it in there. Turn it cut side down as always, and then let it go for 400 degrees in your oven for about 30 minutes. You take it out, and great thing about it is I can feed it to my kids too, although it may not be enough for them because they tend to eat more than me. And there you go. You got your spaghetti right there. You can't beat that. And the flavor, depending on what you put in there, is absolutely amazing. This, my daughter-in-law got me cooking with AffluentAdela. I think it's amazing. I love this. So that's pretty much it. Getting my water in, getting my protein in. Again, if you're going to get you a slab of salmon, or any fish for that matter, get a slab of it. Season it, cook it, bring it out, cut some into steaks, flake some other, put it in bags, put it in your freezer bags, put it in the freezer. That way, when you're hungry, you're not, you know, because I have lots of kids here, you're not subject to going and grabbing off the shelf, you know, their snacks, where you would end up not, you know, being, I always say cheating on my diet or cheating on my life. You won't be cheating on yourself. So that way you will be staying within what you can and should have. I know a lot of people ask me about my snack bag. Snack bag is real simple. It's about finding different snacks that are acceptable within your daily range. So I do cheeses, I do beef jerky, I do tuna. I got tuna from HEB. Your local grocery store is really taking on grabbing things that they have at the Dollar Tree. So let me grab it. And I really appreciate, again, I get one of these from the dollar store. They're really huge, so I only end up eating some of it. But these are $1, and this is the original. You have 6 grams of protein in here, and 5 carbs, and 1 sugar, and that's in the whole stick. Yeah, 1 serving. I can't possibly eat all this, and it came all the way up to here, so that meant that I ate a little less than half of it. and it filled me up. Sometimes I'll take it, cut it up in one of my 5-ounce containers if I have the time. If not, I'll just eat till I'm full and I'll be done with it. My cheese is there. These are great. This is actually per serving. So I got all the ones that they had that had less than 2 carbs or less. So you have this one, which is your sun-dried tomato and basil. It is 2 carbs, 1 sugar, 13 grams of protein. It is $1 at your local grocery store. This one, 2 carbs, 1 gram of sugar, and 15 grams of protein. Chipotle. I haven't tasted it, but you better believe if I'm out and about and I'm get hungry, a lot of times I'll have to get the kids food. And so before I end up grabbing some of that food, I want to make sure that I have this. Or again, the kids have something to eat as well if I don't get to that. Lemon pepper, again, 2 carbs. Actually, it has 1 dietary fiber, so that makes it 1 carb. And then you have 14 grams of protein. This one is your roasted herb. Same difference as the last one, 16 grams of protein. So you have adequate items just as long as you shop ahead of time. All of those go into your snack bag. You don't have to go out and buy some bag. All you need is a very inexpensive bag. My bag has lasted me very long. It is in my refrigerator in my room because everybody likes my snacks. And you just take this and you add your items in here. You add your protein in here. You add your Jell-O in here. You add your cheese in here. You add your beef jerky in here. You have all that. Like I said, when I was at the funeral, because my brother passed away, for a lot of you guys that don't know it. And so while we were at the funeral home for the cemetery, my sister-in-law was like, I'm hungry. I haven't eaten. I was just like, well, girl, hold on just a second. Pull out of my big old purse. What you want? And, I was able to feed everybody. Even the man that was, talking to us was like, what you got in that bag? Baby, I even had dessert because I had the chocolate candy in there as well. So you just have to be prepared for your success. You don't want to walk out not being prepared because you'll end up failing. And if you do, it's okay. Just get back on the horse. Just don't let it take so long. If you need someone to encourage you, reach out to me. Reach out to Ms. D. Reach out to people in this feed. There are a lot of people in here that's been on this journey for just as long or even longer. I've been on my journey for about a year. I'm 85 pounds down. I'm still working on it. I want to lose about 20 more pounds. But if I don't, I'm okay with me. My knees don't hurt. My body doesn't hurt. I can move around and do things that I couldn't do in the past. I just want you to know that your journey is successful no matter where you are in your journey. Love the journey that you are in. If you're at a plateau, if you're at a stall, understand that your body is a finely tuned machine. They can't make machines as good as your body. Why? Because your body does one thing. It takes care of itself. If you've noticed when you're pregnant, and if some of you haven't, taken your vitamins or giving your body what it needs, what happens? That baby is going to take from your teeth, from your hair, from your skin. It's going to get his, and the body is going to give it what it needs. So the body is going to take care of itself as long as we're giving it what it needs. So in that stall time, know that your body's doing something. Even though the scale doesn't show it, it's doing something. And one morning you're going to wake up and you're going to be 3 pounds down, 4 pounds down, 5 pounds down, 6 pounds down. So trust your body to do what it does, which is take care of you. We've done enough to our bodies to where, you would think that we've destroyed it. But now what the body is doing is trying to heal itself and trying to fix itself. So, just, be patient with it. I was in a 3-month stall and I was like Indiana Jones at the doctor's office, like, hey, what's going on? Now, I done paid all this money for this surgery and my body is not doing what it needs to do. Well, with a few tweaks here and there, which I could always help you with as far as I possibly, giving you my successes on my journey from my nutritionist and my doctor to hopefully help you on your way. With those couple of tweaks that I got, man, my body started moving along. So on on my group, I have a group and it's called Adela, which is me, Operation Reset My Life. We are on there and we're giving tricks to the trade. We're giving, whatever recipes that we have, our successes, our failures, to help you along your way, to hopefully get you either kicked back, started losing weight, or if you're 2 years out or 3 years out and you need help getting back down, remember, your tool will work for you. One thing about this tool is if you take it back to the post-op, pre-op surgery diet, it's going to shrink back down and work for you. Some of us need to go a week only or a few days. Some of us need to go 2 weeks or a month. But I can guarantee you that will shrink back for you. It will work for you because that's what it was meant to do. You couldn't do that before surgery. So I want you to trust your body to do what only it can do. If you need some encouragement, let me know. And I know that there are a lot of us, and I say us, because we all grow through emotional states. I'm going to come over here away from this food here. Grow through emotional states when we're dealing with the mind. We're dealing with people that may have left us, people that may have, disappointed us or hurt us or, died. Because like I said, my brother died. And it was a really big emotional thing. And it was crazy how, as long as I was working through all of that, I was fine. But the minute everything took place, things started to settle down. Man, I started really feeling the hurt and the pain of him not being here. So I just want to encourage you guys that it's not all about what we see in the mirror. A lot of it is behind the mask of the smile. A lot of it is in our time quiet, where we begin to hear those voices, or we begin to deal with the hurts and pains that we may not have paid attention to. And that's that deep, dark place that we might need help getting out of. We might need a life preserver. We might need, someone to reach out a hand. We might need someone to come down and sit with us. We might need someone to sit and just listen to us. We might need someone just to say, hey, I understand where you are. Go ahead and vent to me. I'm here for you. And even if you don't need me to talk, you just need me to listen, I got a listening ear for you, because I know where you are, because I've been there and I am you at sometimes. Sometimes my name is loneliness. Sometimes my name is fear. Sometimes my name is worry. Sometimes my name is disappointment. Sometimes my name is suicide. Sometimes my name is fear. Sometimes my name is I don't know what to do. How did I get here? How do I get out of here? We all get into those places. So know that there are a lot of people within this feed that can understand where you are, that can understand the hurt, that can understand the brokenness, that can understand the rejectionist, that can understand the shame, that can understand the worry, that can understand the anxiety and the panic and the stress, and to just feeling less than. We've all been there and we can understand. And if they can't understand, dial my number, because I'm telling you, I understand where you are, because I can get back there. I have gone back there. I've been there. And I can't say that at some point I probably won't, be revisited by those spirits again. But know that I know how to get out. Not because I know a man named Jesus, and I know no matter what, that he died so that I could be set free and delivered from those things that bind me, that bound me, that hold me. And I know that he has the yoke destroying, burden removing power that overflows over me and to me in when I just give it up to him and I lay it at his feet. So I just want you to know that you have a way of escape, because no matter where you find yourself today, he is a man that has already 2,000 years ago knew what you would be growing through, knew what you would be dealing with, and he already paid the price for you. It's kind of like if I went to a restaurant and I paid for your meal, you wouldn't go back and try to repay for the meal, because you knew that Adela paid for your meal, so you wouldn't repay it. So I want you to know that Jesus has already paid for those crimes, for those sins, and for all the things that you're growing through and dealing with. And I just want to tell you that if you will lay it at his feet, if you will trust him to do what only he can do, that he will deliver you and pull you out of the hell, the darkness, the fear, and the worry that you find yourself in. So no matter what you're growing through, if you're on here today, it is because you needed to hear a word. It is because you needed to know that Jesus heard your cry. You needed to know that he had spoken to someone about you and caused them to come on. I've been trying to go on all day, and I've been pulled away by so many different things. And finally, I just had to shut down one of the things that I was into, and I had to do what I was told to do because my meal was already cooked. So it really wasn't about the meal. It was about you needing to hear a word, and you needing to know that God sees you, He hears you, He's seen your tears, and that He is telling you He got you. He has not left you, nor has He forsaken you, and He will not leave you alone. Never have, never would. And as long as you're breathing, He is the way out. He is the only way out, and He is with you right now today. So if you'll just give it to Him, if you'll just trust Him like you've never done before, if you just give Him just a little bit, He promises that He'll pull you out of the hell that you find yourself in. Because I know sometimes we can get in those places that are so dark, and it doesn't even feel like you can turn on a light. It doesn't even feel like that if the light is on that the darkness will leave. But I promise you, when God steps into the room, all darkness must leave. All things that is not like Him must go. It cannot stay. It must be rearranged, because when He shows up, everything shows up. The healing shows up. The deliverance shows up. The answer shows up. Because a lot of us came on here looking for an answer, looking for a way to get out of that financial problem, to get out of that body problem, to get out of that mental state that we find yourself in, especially since they left you and they talk about you and they tell you that you ain't good enough and you don't need that surgery. And why are you going there? Just exercise just a little bit. The devil is a lie. All I can say is I prayed long and hard before I chose this surgery. And God led me to the right person at the right time to do exactly what it is, because I found all kind of reasons not to have the surgery. I found all kind of reasons like, I don't want those scars. I don't want this. I don't want that. And He said, you know what? I'm the only one within this area of the country that does a one incision method. I'm just like, okay, God, you are amazing to get me there. So I got there. Of course, I didn't have insurance. So I was like, I don't have $17,000. And the doctor himself had a warm place in his heart because he had a mentally challenged daughter. And I foster mentally challenged individuals. And he was like, you know what? I'm going to sit with you and I'm going to walk through each and every step with you. And he stayed in there. His assistant came in. He said, that's okay. I got this. He paid for my blood work. He paid for all my pre-screening. He did all of that. He did not charge me for it. And he sat there as we went through each and every one. He talked to the finance companies and he got me the deal that I got. So he was working in and on my behalf. How many of us know that if it wasn't for God, that doctor would not have done that? He saw me, gave me what he thought I should have, and he went on about his way. Because I came in there thinking one thing, and he did another thing. I wasn't even going to come to the appointment. But I want you to know the reason that you're here today is because God heard you cry. He sees your worry and your fear about the surgery. He sees the struggle that you're growing through right now that you've even had the surgery. Many of you are going through challenges and problems because you're not able to eat, because you're not able to drink, because you're not able to get the things. And maybe you're vegan, maybe you're vegetarian, maybe the drinks don't set well with you, they don't taste good, and you just don't feel well. And it doesn't matter what anybody's saying. It don't even matter what I'm saying. You just don't feel like you feel like you should. All I can say is, if you're on here today, there's a reason. And God is trying to speak to you. So the things that He's been talking to you about, the things that you've been dreaming about, and all of those things that's been trying to come up against you, I'm going to decree and declare that they are bound in the name of Jesus. I'm going to plead the blood of Jesus over your body, that you shall have healing in your body. You shall have healing in your mind, that you will have healing in your spirit, that you will have a clarity like not before, that you will have a peace like not before, and that you'll have an understanding like not before. That if you have worry or fear, I come against that with the blood of Jesus. And I want you to know that you won't die on the surgery table, that you will wake up on the other side, and you will have exactly what God has already promised you. And it doesn't matter that they don't agree with you. It doesn't matter that they're talking about you. It doesn't matter that they said, you know what, you're going to go have this surgery, and then what's going to happen? You're going to end up right back in the same place you were. You're going to end up right back fat. Just exercise. The devil is a lie. Because I've been there, done that. And at 51 years old, it didn't work for me. But I want you to know, it doesn't matter if you're 60, if you're 70, I don't care what age you are. God is going to see you through to the other side. He's going to see you through your journey. And I know a lot of you are struggling because you've had the surgery, and maybe right now you're not really feeling the best. But I want you to know that if you do what you've done all along, which is set it in the hands of the Master, He will give you strength. He will give you wisdom. He will give you healing. He will give you direction. A lot of when I first started off, why it was so hard is because I wanted to guzzle my water because I had so much I had to get in instead of drinking it slowly. That got on my nerves, and that's what upset me. That's what made this journey hard. So what you have to understand is you can't do things like you did before. That's the reason we had the surgery. So we can't just guzzle and just gulp things in. It's about slow, and it's about moderation, and it's about consistency. So do your slow and in your moderation and your consistency, and you will get to the goal. This is your job right now, is getting it in. Take the time, be patient with you, and get it in. Find ways to get in. If you don't know ways, reach out to me. I'll help you out with ways. Get on Adela's Operation Reset My Life group. They will help you, give you tools, give you things that you may be able to put together, like taking a liquid protein, the clear, and then adding some, I don't have it with me, adding some drink packets to it to sweeten it up, putting it in your bullet, making yourself a slushy. Just keep that water coming in. So make you a slushy with that clear liquid to get that protein in. Getting the protein shake and adding some of that same drink mix in there and making you a cluster, and that way it seems sweet and it's very tasty and you can eat it. Getting you some protein powder, getting it in. Make sure you're taking your collagen and your vitamins and all the things you need to make sure that your body is working appropriately. Take your 50,000 of vitamin D, taking your B12, taking your multivitamin, taking your calcium. You have to make sure that you are prepping your body, taking care of your body so that it can perform for you. All you guys with your BMWs and your Lexus and your Land Rovers and all your sports cars, you're not just going to put some bootleg gas in there or just go down to the neighborhood 7-Eleven and get a little quart of oil and put in there. You're going to go to the best place to make sure that bad boy is taken care of. You're not just going to go to some, car wash to flip through with those big old things. You're going to take it to some place to hand wax that boy and keep to make sure it don't get scratched or damaged or toe up. So if you do that for your car, why not do that for your body? And all the things you put in it, all the things you even put on it, make a difference. So give your body an opportunity to perform well, and the only way it's going to perform well is by putting it in there. Also, put that prayer on your body. Speak encouraging words over yourself, and continue to look through the eyes of faith and knowing that God is in the atmosphere working. Give Him an atmosphere to work in, an atmosphere of faith. Continue to get in your word, prayer, praise, and keep the devil out of your mind. Keep the devil out before you. Don't let him sit up there on your couch and tell you that you're going to fail and you're not going to succeed. You need to make sure that you speak into that spirit. Don't just be silent, and don't even let the people in your house or in your surrounding talk bad against you or talk negatively. You need to make sure that you accentuate the positive and you take the naysayers out of your life. And even if you're the negative person, you need to get in the word, get in the mirror like I do. You're successful, you're beautiful, and it doesn't matter who left you. It doesn't matter who's talking bad about you. It doesn't even matter what the scale say, because the scale is a lie. Because I say that I am this amount of weight, and I say that I am healthy, and I say that I am strong, and I say that I am beautiful. I say that I have the ability to overcome every challenge that comes my way. I will not eat that piece of cheesecake because it be calling the sister name. You speak to that. You ensure that you are on a course and on a road of success, and prep and prepare for it. You can't just get up in the morning and then come in the kitchen and be like, oh, they ain't nothing to cook. Make you some of those egg quiches for in the morning. You know, all it takes is you mixing it up, putting it in a little container, put it in the oven at 400 degrees, popping it out in about 30 minutes, and then when they cool off, putting them in the bag. And that way, when you're going to work, grab 1 or 2 out. Grab, your meal. You gotta prep, babe. The reason that we've failed is because we haven't prepped. And what do? We go and we do something quick and fast, and then we get hungry, and what do we end up doing? Eating out of the vending machine or just getting whatever is quick. Your snack bag is life. It is necessary for you, because every time you dig in that snack bag, whatever is in there, you can have it. And you don't have to worry about, okay, how many calories is this? You already know you can have that bad boy. So you are prepping for your life success. There are many people that eat whatever they want. And that's cool. And they should do whatever works for them. But what works for them may not work for you. And what works for you may not work for me. And what works for me may not work for somebody else. My success is mine. Your success is yours. Do not dumb down your success, or do not lift up mine over yours. Because I'm over a year out. I'm 16 months out. I've lost 85 pounds. I saw a lady just today. She basically she was a year out, and that sister lost like 120 pounds. I'm just like, Jesus. But if I looked at her, I would be thinking I was a failure. And I'm not a failure. Because I don't know about y'all, but I believe I'm sexy. When I look in the mirror, I'm sexy. I don't care who looks at me and says, well, you didn't lose enough weight, or you have too much, still have chunk in it. I don't care. This is my body, my health, my life. And when I look in the mirror, I enjoy seeing the gap between my legs. Even though you may not see it, I see it. I enjoy being able to cross my legs the way I cross my legs, even though it's probably not the way you cross your legs. I enjoy the way my pants fit me, even though you may not like the way my pants fit me. I enjoy the way, my entire physique looks, because the way it was at 250 was not pleasing. I like the way I can walk up the stairs and my knees don't crack, they don't creak, and they sure don't hurt, baby girl. I love what my body is telling me every time I put something on, and I am pleased with what I have accomplished. And what I've accomplished is good. It may not be your kind of good, it may not be her or him kind of good, but it's my kind of good, and it's my success. And I want you to look at your success the same way. All I'm doing is coming on here giving you my success and failure. So I'm not a doctor in any way. I'm just telling you, this is what's worked for me. This is what keeps me on the right track, and I'm still working on me. And I'm happy with where I am. If it's slow, it's okay. If it doesn't ever come up, I'm still okay with where I am. You need to be happy with you, and you need to be okay with you. So prep for your success and enjoy life. I was talking to a young lady that was going out of town, and she wanted me to give her a meal plan, and she was just panicking and freaking out. She says, what do? I said, what you do is you take a deep breath. You go out of town and you enjoy your family. You enjoy life. And in a few days when you're done, come on back and do what you need to do. Because it cannot be so regimentedly tight that you cannot live. First and foremost, you ain't going to be able to eat that much anyway. Okay? Then, let's say you did. Let's say you went out there and you just ate hell off the cross, as they call it. When you come home, get on Adela's Operation Reset My Life. Find you a reset program and reset it back into place. Let that bad boy snap back for you and get back on the horse. I want you guys to live. I want you to go on your holiday, your vacation, your cruises. I mean, I'm from Louisiana, so when I go home, I be wanting to eat some boudin and some gumbo and some of that great food. And sometimes I may want to splurge on some things, which I don't. I'm just saying that if I did, I'm not going to feel guilty for that. This is a journey. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. We're not doing something in the first 12 months you lose your most weight, but they didn't say you stop losing weight. They said you lose it the quickest. So there was a woman on there that she had her surgery back in 2013, and it took her from 2013 until now to lose half her body weight. She was happy with her. She went from the size I was at 250 to I think she was 123 pounds. So it took her that many years, but she was enjoying life. And that's what I want you guys to do. Is if you begin to enjoy life and do things in moderation, you're less likely to gain that weight back. So enjoy your life, enjoy your family. And I like the way one lady put it. She just lost 183 pounds, and it was the name of her husband or her boyfriend or, his wife or his girlfriend, because sometimes you got to lose some fat and it's probably another person, because they probably are the ones driving you to drink, to eat, and to do all those other things. But most of all, this is a journey. Enjoy the journey. I want you to enjoy the new you, because you're not going to have a choice but to lose the weight. But if you're losing the weight, you're enjoying it, you're walking around, you're running around, and you're doing things that make you happy, you're going to enjoy the journey that you're on, and you're less likely to get into a state of depression. Don't stay in the house. Don't stay behind the closed doors. Don't let people talk foolishness to you. Shut them down. That is the last thing that you want, is somebody speaking negativity to you. If they are, you need to close the door and silence them, and don't let them speak into you, because you've gone through too much to get here. Too much to have the surgery to allow foolishness to shut you down. So if I leave you with anything today, I'll leave you with: shut down the negativity. Don't allow naysayers to deter you, to cancel out, to minimize you and what you are growing through, what you are, having an experience with. If you're experiencing this journey, it's going to be enjoyable. Stop thinking like, I got to do this because I see others doing it. That's their journey. It ain't your journey. Your journey is different. Your journey is unique. Your journey is for you, and it's curtailed for you. Everything in your life has been adapted for you, for your strength, for your wisdom, for your knowledge, for exactly where you are, mentally, emotionally, physically. It is adapted for you, because the word says God doesn't put any more on us than we can bear. Why? Because it's adapted. When my granddaughter wants to come and help get groceries out of the car, I don't give her a 10-pound sack of potatoes. I give her, something that like 3 pounds. Here you go. And let her carry it in. She's like, I can carry more. I'm giving her just enough that's adapted for her strength and her ability. And everything that you're growing through, you're strong enough to grow through it. It may not seem like it, but I'm telling you, you are. Because if you were not, you wouldn't be growing through it. So I want you to enjoy the journey, to relax through it, and see the beauty of it, because it's strengthening you. Grow through it, don't go through it, because if you go through it, then you're not learning nothing. Grow through it. Remember when we were in school and we had to do algebra and trig and all those other things? We had to grow through those journeys, because we came out of regular math, and then we went into algebra. Then we went from algebra, then we went to, algebra 1, 2, and 3, and it's just like, it's just never ending. But we didn't like it. It was stressful, but we learned. And every year we got better. So continue growing on this journey. Utilize those tools. Don't just set them aside. Continue to utilize them, so that as you go 2-3 years down the road, that you're not ending back up in a place of defeat. And if you got there, don't worry about it. Let's get our way out. The greatest thing is you know how to get out. If you don't know, give me a call. Give Miss D a call. Give Miss Aaron a call. Give Miss Gina a call. We're in Adela's Operation Reset My Life. We are glad to have you, and we will be more than happy to reach out to you. Be my friend. Be their friend. This is an amazing group. The gastric, where we are now. The amazing group. Dr. Alex is amazing. They have a store where a lot of the things that I have and I get that you can't get out at your regular stores, they have it in their store. I would like to, at some point, hopefully have him on here to talk to, so that people can be able to glean from his wisdom and knowledge. Since he is a bariatric surgeon, I have a message out to him, so hopefully he'll respond to me at some point. And that's Alex, I think it's Beecher. And he's a doctor, and he is a gastric doctor. So hopefully he'll reach out, and we can do like a live, and you guys can kind of ask him questions, but know that he can't answer everything because of medical reasons. But he can give you some tools as a doctor, and he's been a doctor for many years. I do have others who are doctors who have dealt with, patients and whatnot, and you should be able to either find that in this feed, in this group, or go on to Adela's Operation Reset My Life and find where I talk to Dr. Lisa. I've talked to Sister Nicole about mental health, Dr. Lisa about physical, and as of course dealing with heart disease and diabetes. And also I'm going to have Lewis Conway on as well, but that will be on Adela's Operation Reset, about the emotional mental state of individuals and what keeps us bound to our addictions. So my thing is, I want to change what they say about those of us who have gastric bypass, who have a sleeve. I want to change that, and I want to ensure that we have success, and that they will no longer be able to say they took the easy way out, and then what they do, they go around and they regain that weight. The devil is a lie. We are going to have more success, and on top of having more success, we are going to be successful throughout the journey and reach out and touch someone and help pull them out of the hell they find themselves in. And we're going to just change the whole statistics. So I just want to encourage you today. I pray that everyone that had surgery today is feeling well and up, walking around and just being thankful. And those of you who are going through challenges of not being able to get their protein in and get water in, I pray a healing over you, that you may be able to feel some ease in your belly, that you may be able to get in what you need. You're not going to be able to do it like you've done before, but in moderation. You'll be patient with you. That's one thing we haven't been, is patient with us. We haven't been patient with us. We haven't loved us enough. We haven't cared enough about us. So we find ourselves in situations where we begin to hate us, what we did to us, and what we're allowing us to do. So be patient with you, knowing that your body's doing something, and before you know it, you're going to wake up one morning and those pounds are going to start falling off. Again, join Adela's Operation Reset My Life. We will come together. We will empower you. We will encourage you, sharing you all the different success and failures of our life. And you have a group of individuals who are there to touch you in whatever way you can. It's a safe place. If you've never been to a safe place, it's a safe place. We're all helping and reaching out and encouraging one another. And I just love you guys so much. Know that I pray God's blessing upon your life, on your journey, and that everything that you put your hands and feet to do, that God will bless you. He will cover you and He will keep you. And know that if you're having a challenge or going forth towards surgery, I want to pray for you personally. Reach out to me and let me know what it is that you need. And I just thank you guys for watching. I love you with the love of God. And anytime you need anything, I'm going to be back on here, do some more recipes. Again, I got my sea legs back, and it's been I think I've been traveling since May. And we've had about 3 deaths in the family, and I'm just exhausted. And death is a lie. I'm going to submerge and rise up beyond the ashes and not allow death to keep me down and to keep me choked up. The devil is a lie. I will not be in fear. I will not be in worry. I will not be in distress. I'm going to live life out loud, and I'm going to enjoy the skin that I'm in. I have success, and nothing but the love of God shall overtake me and cause me to enjoy life to the fullest until I overflow. So I want to overflow into your life as much as I possibly can to be encouraging to you. You will have success on this journey. You will not fail. And if you've fallen off the horse, get back on. And if you need help, I'm going to push you up, back up on it, so that you can get to wherever it is that you're trying to go. And if you're happy with you right where you are, be okay with that, because it's not my success, it's yours. It's not anybody else's success, it's yours. There are people that were way more than me, that way less than me. I love the Adela that I am. And if I didn't love Adela, then I'd probably be right back doing things to try to please my flesh that doesn't do anything but make me grow bigger in weight. So if you need some ideas as far as what to put in your snack bags are life. Always when you're at the grocery store, be looking for some stuff to go in there. Be looking at them calories and looking at the carbs and the protein. Do yourself that favor. So when you are somewhere, I saw one lady, she had taken her kids out to eat, and she had one of these in her bag with a fork in it, and she had forgotten about it when she got home, and she looked in her purse. She had one of these in her purse. She was, had a little fork in there. Baby, you got to prep for success, because these kids don't care nothing about you being on a diet. All they know is they want to have fun and they want to do some other things. No one else does. So if you don't care about you, who's going to care about you? So again, guys, I just love you, and I hope you enjoyed the spaghetti, the salmon spaghetti recipe that I did today. It's real quick. It's real easy, especially if you already have it fixed. You can take that salmon and do whatever you want with it. So prep for your success, and it's going to be so much easy to just take this thing that I've already prepared. So tonight, I'll be able to go back in here and have my Alfredo spaghetti salmon pasta. And if I wanted to put some shrimp in there, I can do that too. Just enjoy being you. Enjoy the journey. It's amazing. I love it. I mean, all I can say is this. If I didn't do this, I wouldn't be here before you. They would have had another funeral because I couldn't do it. I couldn't do life as I knew it. I couldn't be fat one more moment because I wasn't living, I was existing. And since I was existing, I wasn't really a benefit to anyone, not even myself. And as a woman of God, as someone in the ministry, that's very sad. That I was sad all the time. I wore this mask that was like I was always okay, and it wasn't, because I was fat and I didn't like being fat. I didn't like sitting in the airplane chairs rolling over to somebody else's side. I didn't like ministering and praying to somebody and had these wings flapping around. I didn't like standing up there and couldn't fit in spaces because my hips were too wide. I didn't like that because I was more focused on me than I was on God. Why? Because I was fat. And all I thought about is how fat I was, how I looked in front of people and nobody taking pictures of me and people want to take pictures of me. It was all about me. Right now, it's all about God, and it's all about how I can impact somebody else's life to let them see that you are valuable. You have a reason for living. There's a reason that you're on this today, and there's a reason I'm keep going on, because I want you to know that you're valuable. I want you to know there's a plan and purpose for your life. I want you to know that it's not too late for you. I don't care where you are. You're not too big. You're not too old. You're not anything other than at the right place at the right time, and God has heard you. And I know a lot of people say that, but I'm letting you know, because I cannot get off this live until you understand that there's value in you. It doesn't matter what he said or she said or what they have said to you. You have value. There's a plan and purpose for you. You have a reason that you need to be able to do this to have a better, healthier you. Because if you don't, you're not going to make it. Either you're going to just jump off a bridge emotionally, mentally, and physically, or your body's going to break down to a point till it starts killing itself because of the size of you. I had a friend that she literally ate herself to death. It was years ago, and I couldn't understand it then, but then as I began to grow in size, I understood it. I mean, she would come to my salon because I was a hairstylist. Every chair she sat in, she broke. She couldn't even apologize because her size was so massive that she would walk and she would just break stuff. And it got to the point where she couldn't even apologize because she was just that large. She could literally, from the car to the chair, she would have to take several pauses, and then she couldn't stand up very long, but then there wasn't a chair wide enough for her to sit in. So every chair she sat in, she broke. And then it got to a point where she just couldn't come out the house, period. And even though they tried to help her out, even though they tried to do certain things, she just wouldn't do it. And literally her body started just breaking down. And I'm speaking to those of you who found me on this live, and that's what's going on. You have way too much medication. You can't physically get up and go anywhere and do anything. You are just literally, just the thought of getting up is taking, because I can feel it, just the thought of you getting up is like taking your breath away, because you know the effort that it'll take just to move. So no, it's not going to be an easy journey. No, it's not. But I can tell you that every day it's going to get easier. Every day there's going to be a physical limitation that comes back, that gets better, that gets improved. And sure, after you lose all the weight, you'll probably have to go and have skin removal and all that. It's a journey. It was a journey getting here too. And so just because it was a journey getting here doesn't mean on the other side of that it's not a journey. And it's not an easy journey. So if people are telling you you're taking the easy way out, I need you to silence them right now in the name of Jesus, because that is a lie from the pits of hell. I remember one guy, great looking, has muscles, and he's like, you fat people, y'all need to just push away from the table. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, if it were that easy, we would have been done it. But it ain't that easy. It's much more difficult than just that, because it's an addiction. And just like a crack addict, or just someone that's on drugs in general, when they get off that, they find another addiction. So we have to really, begin to, I see Ms. Vaughn wants to get online. Give me a second, Ms. Vaughn. We really have to speak to those addictions and begin to be very focused on what God is telling us and saying to us, and not allow our one addiction to go to another, because we're addicted. Just like a alcoholic, we're addicted. And we are going to jump from one addiction to the another, or go back to the main addiction that we got off of. I'm going to pull Miss Vaughn online and see what it is. I don't want to hold you guys long, because I've been chatting way too much, but I just want you to know that God loves you, and that there's a plan and purpose for your life. And do not let today close out without you making a decision to follow what He has already told you. I'm just confirming the word that He has already given you. I'm just confirming what God has told you all along, and what you already know. Stop letting your own self, or the devil, tell you that you're too old, that it's too late, that you're too heavy. I just want to decree and declare that the devil is a lie, and there ain't no truth in him. Because if he talking negativity, which he always does, he is a lie. God is love, and He will not speak negative unto you. Amen. I'm going to call Ms. Vaughn online. Julia. Hi. Amen. Add her and see if she's ready to come on, since she requested to come on. Normally I don't see these, so it's a good thing that I saw this, and I just let's see. Julia. Julia.
Hello.
Hey. How are you?
I'm pretty good. I didn't mean to do it like this. I thought I was just going to be talking to you.
No worries. You can always send me a Facebook message. I see you look like you're golfing. Are you golfing?
I'm taking my dog for a walk.
That's okay.
Except I'm in a golf cart.
That's okay. It's about getting out. And I mean, that's one of the things that I want them to understand, is that be out. Do what you can do until you can do better. And that's the most amazing thing, is getting out and experiencing the outdoors. Vitamin D is one of the things that we take because we don't have a lot of it. But if we get out, get in the sun, we are going to want to do that. And it's going to become an addiction. Let your addiction from food go to something like working out, or go to something like going out to the park, getting out of the house and not being in captivity, because that's truly what it is.
Exactly. I just need to, you inspire me so much. And I just need to figure out how to restart. I'm 2.5 years out, and I'm a size 12, and I'm only 5 foot tall.
Okay.
And I'm 175.
Okay. We can get there. We can get there. I guarantee you we can get there. So are you on Adelia's Operation Reset My Life? Are you on that page? Okay.
Mm-mm.
Then send me a message. I'm not sure Miss Gina is on here or Miss Riley is on here. If you guys can send her the information. If not, reach out to me via Messenger, and I will send you the link to join. And we can
Okay.
talk at any time. Send me a message, and we'll get you back started, girl. I mean, it ain't nothing but a thing on a chicken wing, as they say.
I love it.
All right, I love
Thank
you.
you. Thank you so much.
You're more than welcome. Have a wonderful day. So, guys, I don't want you to give up. I want you to be inspired, and I want you to keep moving forward, knowing that you can do anything that you set your mind to, and you cannot be defeated. You have so many people that are rooting for you. You have so many people that are encouraging you to give you things. And my prayer is that God will place people on your path that will use their power, their ability, and their influence to bless you, to encourage you, and to empower you. You can't fail when you have such a great support system. I'm here for you. As much as I try to be on here, I'm going to be on here, like I said, more regularly on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then after next week, I'll be able to be on here pretty much each day in the morning because my daughter is not in two college classes. Praise Jesus, and she doesn't drive. She don't want to learn how to drive because she want me to drive her. But it gives me an opportunity to be able to get on here and cook meals with you guys and just kind of show you what I've done, what I'm doing, and really tweak some things because I am a tweaker. I like to take, I mean, like I was looking at all these different Alfredo recipes and like, do this, do this. I'm like, I'm not doing all that. I just did my own thing and it is amazing. It has the thickness that I want. It has the flavor that I want. There you go. That's really what it's all about. And it's less calories because I didn't add all that mess that they had in there. I want to do you some what's that catfish crusted um it's a bake but it's almost like it's fried and you take like crackling crunch it up. You take it and you dip it, and I dip mine in egg. I know a lot of people do like buttermilk or different things like that, but I dip mine in egg, and then I baste it. I let it sit, and then I bring it back out, and I dip it again, and then I put more on there, and then I put it in the oven, or I put it in the air fryer. That's my friend, loving the air fryer. Or I put a little Pam in the pot, or a little bit of olive oil and just lightly fry it. It doesn't take much to do with fish. Do the same thing with shrimp. And baby, let me tell you, it crisps up like nobody's business. Oh, then you better ask somebody. That's all I'm saying. Make you feel like you still living the good life, but you're well within what you can have because it's all protein. There's no flour in it. So I also am working on a pancake recipe that we can have pancakes and it not have all that other junk in there. I think I almost got it. And I am going to do that one of these mornings where we're going to have pancakes and eggs and some turkey bacon. All right. I know that I love you and I'm constantly working on your behalf and trying to get people on to give us some encouragement because I know there are a lot of people that have had their surgeries out the country and that they don't have a support system, that they don't have a nutritionist, that they don't have anybody to connect with. So I have a feed out to some nutritionists, some bariatric nurses and doctors and whatnot. Some of them don't want to come on. That's okay. I'm going to keep poking. I'm going to keep asking because I know people and I know people that know people that know people. And I'm going to get them on here just for you guys, letting you know ahead of time so that you'll know when to tune in. I promise not to do it during the workday. I promise to do it in the evening time. But again, I reached out to Alex Beecher, who is one of the starters of this group, hoping that maybe he will come on a live with me. And I'm hoping if I poke him through this video that he'll actually respond and say, sure, I'll come on that. Just, so you guys can ask questions that you haven't been able to ask before or maybe have some concerns. Again, when they come on, they really can't give any medical advice because they don't know you. They could just basically say that in my experience, these are the things that have taken place. So understand that they are bound by certain things that they cannot do, but I believe in it that in itself is still going to be beneficial for those of us that really don't have a connection. I speak to people right here in America that don't have that. So just know that I'm doing my best day and night to take care of you guys as best as I possibly can. I'm going to get off here because I'm long-winded. Again, we are also still working on bringing near you or to your city or state a conference that I will bring along individuals and we'll just have a day of basic empowerment questions, bringing vendors of different products that I use, that others use, that have had success in that, and just make a day of it so that we can all get together. And I mean, I don't know what we're gonna call it. You guys can give me some names of what we would call the conference. And it's, those of us who's had bariatric surgery or any type of weight loss surgery, or those that are just looking for a healthy way of eating, but it will be geared more to those of us who've had the surgery. I'm excited about it. God has a great plan and purpose. If you'd like to be on the board for that, or if you'd like to be a part of it, or even bring it to your city and state. And my biggest goal is to bring it to those smaller places that maybe couldn't really get it, or basically make sure that we're doing lives in and answering questions for those other cities and states that may cannot get there. But I have a girlfriend that just moved to New York, and I'm excited because she wants to bring it there, and that may be the exact first place that we go. I know Miss D is in New Orleans, and I would love to go to New Orleans as well. I know there is Christopher, who is in California. He's already reached out, and that's one of the places that I want to go as well. We also have, I believe, Miss Gina, who is in Florida. Actually, definitely want to go there. I have somebody in Washington State, in Arizona, and somebody in London. Different places. I just want to make sure that we're in all those different places. And if you see me or decide that you want to show up there, we'll have a funky good time, as they say. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Again, if you have any questions, if you need anything, if you need any encouragement, please reach out to me. Don't be afraid. No question is too stupid. No question is too small. There's nothing dumb about questions because we all got a first time for asking anything. Okay? I just love you guys. Take care, and until next time, keep cooking, keep your snack bags on you, and know that you have victory in all things and through all things. I'm always praying for you. I love you guys. Bye.